And today we have with us Vicki Kuper, who is going to be presenting a program for Love Fraud Continuing Education called Coping with Stalking: How to Overcome Fear and Fight Back Strategies from a Woman Who's Done It. Now, Vicki had to cope with a stalking situation herself, and the man who stalked her had 45 legal charges filed against him because of this case. So, Vicki, let's start out with a basic question. How did your relationship with the stalker start out, and when did it turn bad?
It started out very normal, like a normal new relationship. He was very nice, like we all say in the beginning. And, I didn't have any red flags right off the bat. But about maybe a year into it, he kind of started telling me how to parent my children. And he was not their father, and I wasn't going to have that. So I just started seeing red flags.
Okay. And at that point, you decided that you wanted to end the involvement.
Well, I could see that things were probably going to get physical, and I knew I had to be very careful about how I left. So I, for months, tried to figure out how I'm going to do this. I had to do this in a way where everyone would be safe. And so it took a while. It was actually 2 years.
Oh, my.
When I finally ended it.
Okay. So he started stalking pretty much right away. Is that correct?
Well, now that I know what I know about stalking, I think he was stalking me before we ever dated. He started showing up where I was. I didn't know how he knew where I was, but he would show up and be this real fun person. And he knew what he was doing. He knew we were going to date before I knew we were going to date, put it that way.
But the point came when you did break it off, and then he started stalking again, and you reported it to the authorities. So how did the authorities react when you first reported the problem?
Well, when I first started having issues with him, I had spoken to a sheriff's deputy, and I said, I think I need an order of protection. And his response to me was, we don't just hand them things out. And so I didn't know what to do. But I knew I needed help because things were getting bad. He was showing up where I was at. He was coming in my home, refusing to leave, stuff like that. So.
Okay. So how will your course help other people who may also be being stalked?
Well, in my situation, it got so involved. It went on for 2 years before he went to prison. And I basically had to advocate for myself. So I have done a lot of advocating for myself. And I feel that the experiences that I've had and the things that I did to exercise my right to live in peace, I can help other people do the same thing.
Well, I know that I hear so many times from people who are being stalked and have no idea what to do. So I do think that your presentation will be so helpful to them. And plus, the story is like unbelievable to begin with. So you'll be wrapping your story with the lessons learned from your story and being able to share that with our readers and learners.
Yes, and I talk about how I handled things, how I advocated for myself with law enforcement, in the courts, prosecutors, the Board of Parole, his parole officer. I have dealt with a lot of people, and I have a lot of experience that I would rather not have. But since I have it, and not very many people have this experience, I really feel like I can help people that are going through this.
Great.
So.
Okay. Well, Vicki, thank you so much, and we look forward to your presentation. I know it's going to be very valuable for so many people.
Okay. Thank you. I'm very excited.
Okay. Bye-bye now.
Bye.